Aljamain came out and complained that the judges should award him 10-8 rounds during the second and 10th round against his, when he fought Petr Yan. Because what they did is he had body triangle on Petr Yan and basically 3 or 4 minutes of total control on the ground. Even though he didn't manage to submit him or didn't put a lot of damage, he still came out and said that that should be a 10-8 round, while in reality it was 10-9 round. So let's first take out the unified rules and let's see what a 10-8 round really is. 10-8 round is basically in MMA where one fighter wins the round by a large margin. A score of 10-8 does not require a fighter to dominate their opponent. However, the judges shall always give a score of 10-8 when the judge has established that one fighter has dominated the action of the round, had the duration of the domination, and also impacted their opponent with either effective strikes or effective grappling maneuvers that have diminished the abilities of their opponent. So let's just think about it for a second. Aljo dominated that round. He had a body triangle for 3 minutes, but that doesn't equal that he dominated Petr Yan with the grappling maneuvers. With the grappling maneuvers means that basically you have someone like Khabib who's just ragdolling you, for 5 straight minutes. Like you get up, he takes you down. He controls your body, he takes you down, he moves you around. That's considered a grappling maneuver. If you just stay and lock a body triangle on someone's back and fail to submit him for 2 rounds straight and for 3 minutes, should you be awarded the 10-8 round? In my opinion, no, because it's not enough to just lock the body triangle on someone or take someone's back and not achieve anything. If you don't manage to submit him, do some damage, hit some strikes, do something, threaten the submission, not just be like, just try to fight his arms off, hit him once every 20 seconds, and that's it. Like, do some damage. Like, look what Oliveira, for example, did to Dustin Poirier when he landed in his guard. He made a living hell out of Dustin's life, So if Aljamain Sterling claims that he should be awarded 10-8 rounds, if the only thing he did was like, okay, I took it down and I locked in a body triangle, is that enough? Do you think that's enough? I believe that's bullshit. I believe that in order to get a 10-8 round, you either need to knock down someone, because that's dominating, as we just read, by effective striking. You need to ragdoll someone for like a clear dominant round, something like we've seen with Khabib ragdolling everybody, right? So if you just do that for an entire round, like you should get the 10-8 round. But if you just log a body triangle on someone and don't do anything, if Aljamain Sterling did a lot of damage to Petr Yan during his body control and back control, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But that was clearly not a 10-8 round. Aljamain Sterling clearly won the round with a 10-9, but he didn't do enough damage to win that round by 10-8. That's an overstatement. I believe he believes in himself like a fighter, and I believe he's a very great fighter and it was a very good win for him. However, that round should not be 10-8. In order to get a 10-8, you really need to dominate someone pretty heavily, and we don't see that very often, because as soon as 10-8 happens, it has to be either by knockdown, some heavy KO that basically leads to a finish, or some crazy takedown that leads to a finish. So, the last 10-8 rounds that we could basically witness was when Khabib was ragdolling people, or when someone basically just dominates you in strike and exchange, for example, like Max Holloway against Kelvin Kattar. Those are 10-8 rounds. If you just lock your body triangle on someone and don't deliver damage or submission, or you don't ragdoll that person around the cage, you should not get 10-8 round. So I'm sorry, Aljamain Sterling, but I don't think that's 10-8 round. But what do you guys think? Do you think Aljamain Sterling should get 10-8 rounds for his, back control and threat of submission? Or am I just being too critical of him? Let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you next one. Cheers.